guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video talking about my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time. I have gotten requested to do a video like this for literally years, and I just have not gotten around to it. You guys always ask me, what's your favorite TV show? What TV shows are you watching right now? What do you like? All those kinds of things, and to be honest, I'm not like a huge TV watcher. Like, I have this show on Monday, this show on Tuesday, this show on Thursday. Like, I'm not really like that. I just kind of have shows that I really like, and I have like the DVDs of, and then I'm obsessed with them, but they're old. All the shows that I like are not currently on the air. So when you guys ask me, like, what's your current favorite TV show? I'm like, The Bachelor, because that started recently, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like things that are just kind of on TV. I love like trashy reality TV shows, don't get me wrong. None of those are on my list, but I love a good trashy reality show. Jersey Shore was my life when that was on air, and I loved it so much. So yeah, I'm really into those types of things, but these 5 that are on my list are completely different, but they're all shows that I believe are off the air now, and I just love so much. So I'm going to get on started and tell you my top 5 TV shows. First TV show I want to talk about is my all-time favorite, and that would be Degrassi. And when I say Degrassi, I mean Degrassi: The Next Generation. There is so many Degrassis. Degrassi has been on the air for, I believe, around 35 years. It is like one of the most long-running TV shows ever, and there was like Degrassi Junior High, Degrassi: The Next Generation, just Degrassi, and then Degrassi Next Class is what I believe they're on now, which I do not watch, but my favorite Degrassi is Degrassi: The Next Generation. For those of you that are kind of Degrassi fans but have no idea what I'm talking about, this was around the time where there was like Jimmy, Spinner, Manny, Emma, Toby, JT, Paige, Marco, those people, and this was my favorite TV show ever. It still is my favorite TV show ever, I should say. I started watching this show at a really young age, back before I was even supposed to be like watching shows like that. It was like rated like TV 14, and I was like 9 years old watching Degrassi without my mom's permission, and she would always catch me and be like, Laura, you're not supposed to be watching this show. But I was obsessed with it from the moment I started watching it. Degrassi, if you do not know, is a Canadian TV show about a high school called Degrassi, and it just kind of has the teenagers in it, and they kind of just like deal with their life, I guess. There's so many different things that they touch on in the show, like rape and eating disorders and sexuality and just anything you can possibly imagine, it happens on Degrassi, and it's such a great show, and it literally taught me so much about, you know, life. It might sound crazy to say that, and some of you probably think I'm crazy to say that, but I cannot stress enough how much Degrassi has actually influenced my life for the better. I have learned like everything I know because of Degrassi, and I grew up watching it, and it really affected me as a young kid. But when I was really young, I had no idea like what different sexualities were, or what rape was, or things about eating disorders. All those things I've talked about, you know, all these things that are super important, I had no idea about. And Degrassi approaches them in a way that is just so, you know, informative and just entertaining at the same time. So it really, there's always a lesson, and it's just so great, and I cannot express enough how much I love Degrassi. If you have not watched Degrassi: The Next Generation, it starts with season 1, and it goes, I believe, to season 9 or 10 is when Degrassi: The Next Generation stops. I believe it starts being called just Degrassi when season 10 hits, but it's the best. It's the best, and if you've not watched it, you can get the DVDs. It's not on Netflix or anything, which really is unfortunate, but is such a good show. You can probably find it online, honestly, but I know some of you are probably diehard Degrassi fans too, and I was a huge Degrassi fan like forever. I used to have like a Tumblr dedicated to Degrassi and like a Twitter, and I was freaking obsessed with Degrassi. I had like so much Degrassi like merch, and like, oh my god, it was my life. It was my literal life. Like, you know how some kids these days are like obsessed with One Direction? Mine was Degrassi, and I just can't thank like Steven Stone, the executive producer of Degrassi, enough, because Degrassi has literally changed my life. And even though I don't watch the show anymore just because I'm sort of over it, I do go back, I watch all of The Next Generation and even the old school stuff, and I have all of the DVDs, and I just love it. I know I just rambled probably for like 5 minutes about how much I love Degrassi, but it just means a lot to me, and it's my favorite TV show ever. Next TV show fave is probably not a surprise, and that is going to be Friends. And I love Friends so much. I had not been like a huge Friends fan growing up, but just recently, like the past year, 2015, I became quite infatuated with the show. I started watching it on Netflix, and I started from the first episode, and I watched the whole series, and I watched it again, and I'm just obsessed with Friends. I'll go back and I'll watch Friends like every single day on Netflix, just random episodes whenever I'm feeling down. It's literally just the epitome of comedy and feel good, and just Friends is such a feel good show. It's hilarious, and it's just, I love it. It's everything that I want in my 20s/30s, you know, life. Like living in New York with my friends, living it up. It just sounds like such a fun experience. If you have not watched Friends, it's a show from the 90s / early 2000s. I'm sure you've heard of it. It was like the hugest phenomenon back when it was on, and it still is, honestly. If you think that Friends is like an irrelevant show, it's literally not. You probably just haven't watched it and you don't get all the inside jokes that are just sliding by you every single day, because people make Friends jokes every single day and you just probably don't notice because you haven't watched the show, and you should. If you have not watched Friends, like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, it will make your life happy. It'll make your life happy, and I just love Friends. Next TV show that I absolutely love is another oldie but a goodie, and that is Full House. And Full House is a show that, again, I really watched growing up. Even though it wasn't, you know, on air when I was growing up, I had all of the DVDs growing up, and I watched it on Nick at Night and all this stuff. I have every single season. I have, like, the box set, and I love Full House so much. It's just such a feel-good show, again. I'm really into, like, you know, the feel-good comedy shows, and Full House is such an amazing show. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it so much. I love the humor of it. I love, like, the concept about this huge family living in this one house and all of the, you know, struggles they go through. It's just a great show, and I'm really excited for Fuller House, which is Candace Cameron Bure, who was DJ, her kind of, like, new show. It's sort of starring her, but it has, like, the whole cast back aside from the Olsen twins, and I'm so excited about this show because I'm a huge Full House enthusiast, and also just because Candace Cameron Bure I love so much. I'm like a stalker to, like, everybody that was on Full House. I'm obsessed with them all. But yeah, I am just really excited about that. But Full House is just a great show, and you guys have probably watched it or you grew up watching it, and I just love it so much. There's really nothing else I can say about it. Another old show that I really love is Boy Meets World, and that is a show that, again, is sort of like this feel-good show about this young boy who's just kind of finding himself, and he finds himself, and he finds love and friendship and family. It's just an all-around great show about growing up and high school and just friends, and it's great, and I love the show so much. I know a lot of people are really big fans of it. It's an old show, again. I'm obsessed with it. I have all the DVDs. Like, all these shows I just, like, have the DVDs of, and I'll watch every single night. But yeah, Boy Meets World, it's such a great show. If you've not watched it, go do it. Like, that's just basically what I'm saying for all these shows, but they're all great shows. And the last of my top 5 favorite TV shows is sort of a random one that might be a little bit unexpected, and that is My Mad Fat Diary. And this is a show that I believe is filmed in the UK. If you've not heard of My Mad Fat Diary, it follows this girl who is overweight. She just gets out of a mental hospital and she makes this new group of friends, and they kind of make her life happy again, and it just kind of shows her and, you know, her love life and her friend's life and all those kind of shows. I love a good show that just has a character that's likable and fun, and then they're just endeavors. That's my favorite kind of show. It's kind of just like that, honestly, and it's so funny and just a great show. If you've not watched it, you can watch it online. I believe if you're in America like I am, you can watch it online, and it's such a funny, great show, and it has some pretty cute guys in it. Wink wink. Finn, if you've watched the show, you know he is gorgeous. I love the show so much, and I will go back and watch the seasons again. I don't have those DVDs, guys. I'm not that crazy, but I believe the episodes are even on YouTube, so you can probably check it out there. But I found this show through one day a couple of years ago. I believe I was a sophomore in high school. I was looking through Tumblr, you know, just scrolling as I do, and there was a GIF from the show, and I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. What is this? And I found it was My Mad Fat Diary, and then I binge watched the whole series in 2 days. 2 days. And there's not that many episodes, I'll give it that. There's only 2.5-ish seasons, but it's so good. You'll just want more. So I promise you, if you've not checked out that series yet, you definitely should, and you should let me know if you're a fan, because we can all fangirl together. So those are my top 5 favorite TV shows of life thus far. If you have checked out or loved any of these TV shows as much as I seem to, you should definitely leave me a comment with all your fangirliness down below, or let me know if any of these sound interesting to you and you haven't checked them out. Like, I'm sure you've checked out, like, Boy Meets World, Full House, and or Friends. Maybe not Degrassi, maybe not My Mad Fat Diary, but let me know all your feels down below. I'd love to hear, and let me know any other TV shows that maybe you would recommend to me based off my taste, or just based off ones that you love, or anything else like that. I would love to hear about it in a comment down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Goodbye!
No one will love you if you're on the track.